it's not just Democrats and independents who are getting tired and exhausted from Trump's antics. A lot of Republicans are joining on as well. Everybody, welcome back to the center lane. The political discussion for those in the middle. Compromise is not a bad thing. Well, it's not just Democrats and independents that are just getting tired of Trump's antics. Ooh, see? Even the guy upstairs is tired of it. Republicans are getting sick of it as well. And I'm going to just give you some examples. First off, let's all agree that for most of us, regardless of party affiliation or if you have one or you don't, like I really don't have one, but affordability is the main topic, making sure the American dream's out there for everybody, making sure that our families are taken care of, and if they work hard, you're going to get what you're supposed to get, etc. And be able to afford it. I mean, that's kind of what everybody's about. But Trump is bored with that. He finds that boring because I guess he doesn't identify it. I'm not sure what his reasoning is, but for whatever reason, I'm going to come back to the affordability issue here at the end. But he seems to be bored with it. So what does he do? And he gets sidetracked. And he gets sidetracked very easily. He gets sidetracked very easily because he's trying to leave his mark on Washington, D.C. and I guess for all eternity, but it falls on deaf ears, and at some point it just gets exhausting. Some of the examples, the reflective pond. What a mess that's turned out to be. He's already accused people of vandalizing, etc., because that blue stuff they put on the bottom of it is not sticking. And the algae took off like crazy because of the blue color. And plus it's a problem. It's a problem every summer. Listen, the reflective pool has always been a problem. Don't get me wrong, but he's made it worse. And since the people he hired with a no-bid contract that seem to have messed it up even worse, he's instead is pointing a finger at these vandals that are coming in the middle of the night with razor blade box cutters and cutting the bottom up and etc. and trying to arrest people with it's not going nowhere obviously, but he just cannot just say, hey, that guy I hired was no good, he's going to fix it. Why don't you just say that? But that's not how he rolls, The Rose Garden, what did he do to our Rose Garden? He put pavers down and out, and so instead of it being a beautiful garden with, grass and roses, I guess some of the roses are still there, but most of it's paved over. His point was, well, when it rains during our parties back there, women in high heels have difficulty walking. Oh, well, we're flats. You know what I mean? That's the people's house. That's our garden. That's part of our history. That's something everybody knows what the Rose Garden is. At least they used to know what it was. And they look at that and you kind of go, that's a nice place. Is it anymore? No, it's exhausting, right? He's exhausting us. That's what I'm talking about. Going back to the reflective pond real quick, to reflective pool, they found the ducks are dying. Today they said that the ducks have gotten in that water, and some of them have been found dead floating on the water. It might be from the algae, it might be from what they've tried to do to kill the algae. They don't know. But again, it's something that is making the headlines, and nobody likes dead baby ducks. I mean, obviously that's terrible. He wants to put the arch up. This 250-foot high arch in front of the Lincoln Memorial as you're walking towards, and of course it's going to have he's thinking of having his likeness on it, all kinds of crazy things. Again, very narcissistic, and also very exhausting. It's tiring almost when you just hear these things. Even talking about it, I'm getting kind of like, what kind of guy does this, right? JFK, okay, he put his name up there, and then they told him he had to take it down, so he did. But now he's got a big tarp over in front of the entire building because he didn't want anybody to see the fact he had to take his name down. Again, it seems trivial, and with the affordability issue going on, why are we even talking about this stuff? But this is the kind of stuff this guy's doing. And again, like I'm saying, it's exhausting. Okay, so then it goes on and on. There's more stuff he's trying to do, the ballroom, it goes on. And all these things are not in front of the mind awareness for most of us because we're thinking about our families, our own situations at home. Going back to affordability, where you just pulled just moments ago, the Congress, the House and the Senate both finally did a bipartisan bill to try to make affordability to get into a home easier. Now, it's not great. It's a good first step. At least it's letting people know that they're going to make modular homes easier to get to, less restrictions. Mobile homes don't have to have wheels on them anymore. It seems kind of like, but it's a step in the right direction where they're starting to say they're going to try to reward towns to not be so stingy on some of the permits they give out to build new homes. And they have a cap on 350 homes is the most a person can own, whether it be a corporation or whatever. So corporations are buying up houses and turn them into rentals. That's what's going on. Then that lowers the inventory. All this is a problem. That isn't all solved in this bill, but it was a big deal. Republicans and Democrats were going to celebrate today. He just now said he's not going to sign it. You know why he's not going to sign it? Because he wants to get his Save America Act through, and an act that nobody can agree with. Look, most people say you should have an ID to vote. That part is fine. But what he's trying to take it a step further, where he's taken over from the states, his government, the federal government taking over the state's role in holding elections. And also mail-in voting is being very restricted, very, very restricted, which I don't know how, he thinks it's going to help him. I'm not so sure that's so true in itself. So are we tired yet? I'm tired just talking about affordability. That's the number one thing. He is hijacking anything good that's coming out of our Congress who's finally doing something for his own needs or his own wants. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe you guys can help me out. Put some comments down below. I love it. Talk to you soon.